Greetings and welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. I'm Dgray and today we continue our Let's Play of this awesome game where the last episode just looked around on newly built base and got some of our deuterium, whatever it's called, up and running, producing a lot of materials for us. So before we start today's episode, do remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more of the series. It helps me out a lot, and it is always good to help with the YouTube algorithm. So what I've planned for you guys today is pretty much that we need to work towards some new technologies, because I kind of want to start to get towards this one, which is needed to make the Dyson Sphere components, or pretty much make the Dyson Sphere. So I think we should work towards this. If we look at what it needs, there are still a few things we can't make. So before we go to the vertical launch silo, let's look a bit at the sciences. One of the things we need is all the way down here, this little graviton lens. So to get that one, we need to research this one. We'll need to research anything else, let's see. That'll give us that one. I think that might be enough. We still need to get the better processing chips, which are right here. Need to research this one as well, this one, and then we can go towards one of the next one. We can also go towards the next science, but I kind of want to get this one first. So what if we queue up these four? Just give him a bit of time to get done. This one will take about 5 minutes if we are running at full speed. And talking about full speed, I think it's about time we hook the science up from our new bus here to the setup up at the South Pole. I think that would be very good. So why don't we try and set it up with our little what's it called? Planetary logistics stations. So right now we have this one just circling. We are very much missing hard purple ones. So why don't we do this? I want to take one planetary logistics. Could take that, but I want to take one interstellar one. And the reason that is, this one has 5 spots, meaning it has room for all the different kind of sciences. What I then want to do is that I want to hook it up with every kind of science there is. So we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll then start to request in things. I'll maybe just have a few hundred in storage. Don't have 1000 is overkill. Let's have 1000 in storage. I think that'll be good. But then we always have something buffered. So that means we'll buffer about 2000 science at a time. 1000 here and 1000 in the planetary logistics station. I'm not going to set it to request just yet. I want to hook up the belts before we're doing it. So if we take our purple one, I still want to take from the main bus first, or we could take from the main bus, but that is gonna get dismantled at some point. So we'll need to hook it up at about the same places as over here. So red will maybe just hook up right on the side of that one. Probably good. So how should we do it? We could make the spaces for it right here. So each of these will just jump up depending on what is needed. So where does the next one start? It starts over here somewhere. Of course, don't have one, but it will. So let's get this looking nice. So blue, you can go in the first one. So you'll be blue out. You'll start over here. And can I get you to go down this way? Now running into the bit of an issue with how this looks, but it seems we might be able to do this quite easily. What if we do that and go down to here? Ooh, that'll be our blue hooked up. That is a squiggly line. maybe we should just change these to hook it up over here. Okay, let's check it over here instead. Is it easy taking it out this way? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because we can take it in. Let's see. Here, and then you'll go down to there. That'll be the blue. Then the red one, we can just jump right here. Let's see, can we just clear a few of you, please? Take you, go up one to here, and then you'll go down one. That'll be the red hooked up. Go up one, please, so you'll go above this one. And you'll go down and hit in right here. That'll be red hooked in. Then we need the yellow. That means we'll have a double jump, pretty much. Or we could just, yeah, let's have a double jump. In theory, we'll just do you a bit back. And get you up to that one. And then from here, we'll have a little jump of the red. There, and then down again. So, not the most beautiful setup, but it should get the job done. Also want to change this one away from what we did here, because that looked very, very bad. Let's get the yellow set up. We go up this way. If we can't get this to go out, we have got that way. That's fine. And then you'll go and connect up right there. That actually looks kind of cool. And then we'll just have the purple going from over here and hooking up. Because then we should have science flowing in a very, very nice way to here. Okay, so let's set this up. You will be purple. You'll be yellow, red, and I'd say green, but I'll be blue. That should hook up on the correct lines, and as you can see, blue is lacking quite heavily, yellow is starting to lack. Pretty much everything except red is lacking from our old bus. So let's try and hook this up. Where should we put it? Let's put it maybe right there for now. We could. I'll give this one power. If we give this a small amount of drones, I don't think we need that many. But let's give it 15 for now. You'll have on local demand, and you'll not remote supply. No, I just want you to do storage, I'm guessing. Because there's no need for it to request anything. Demand, demand, and demand. So now we have a ton of science flowing in. What's going to be exciting is how this will look when it's hooked up. This one is a bit crooked. There goes the blue. Oh, is that hooked up? Is that a graphical error? Let's see if we can get that hooked up correctly. Yeah, that was just a glitch. But there we go. Look at all of this, and look at the drones go. Going to collect as much as possible in terms of resources. Of course, we have a lot going in just from the towers that has them. So that should be a lot more science going. Wow, look at that. That looks rather perfect. So now we should have science for the foreseeable future, hopefully. We can also expand this out at some point, but right now we have a massive amount being produced. If you look at this one, our consumption will increase quite heavily. Now consuming as much of each, and let's just get the last sign on it as well so we can see it. So one will be our science. Look at this one. We're not really consuming any information matrix of purple yet, but that's fine because now we are finally getting this flowing. So was strange matter the one we just got done? I think it is. And that will be needed for what we're making down here. Did I forget to queue this one? I think I did. Let's wait with you and just queue these two instead. Then we'll go to that one. So let's start to set up the things we need to look at while this is building. Let's go back to our little setup here. No idea if we can even handle the things that's going on, but we'll find out. At least everything is flowing now, and we'll see if this can keep up. I have a feeling that it won't, but then we'll start to look at the bottlenecks going forward, whatever that may be. So let's hook up the next thing here. Back into issue where this one is a bit in the way. So we could in theory just pick it up. We'll lose 5,000 oil, but that should be fine. Where of course it goes into my inventory. Let's just do this to get you removed. I also kind of want you to be somewhere else since our bus is kind of going this way. So let's just get fluid filled into these. We can do it all the way back here. Please get all of you going the opposite way. You'll go in here. Once you can wait a second with that, I just want this one emptied first. Let's get better built, because otherwise that'll take forever. So we'll empty oil over in these ones. Then we can start to build our new setup. And then we'll look at things going forward. We also need to make the mall soon, because I'm getting quite tired of handcrafting all of this. And this is just chugging along, making solar and accumulators for us. That's going perfect. Let's just clear this out. That'll give us back a bit of dirt. We only have 47. Let's get as much as we can. And what I'm thinking of doing sometime in the near future is going to a mountain world, if we can find one, and just grab some dirt from there, because right now I can collect a small amount just by doing this to continue building. So first thing we need to get, if we look at our technology, glass we have, we probably need the crystals then. Yes, ceramic crystal, or Casimir crystal. Should be easy enough to do. We have everything we need, just in normal assemblers. With 3 inputs, then we'll have a tower here on the right, or the output. Let's see, you'll make crystals, pretty much just do that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems good. We'll have the inputs. How many do we need? 1, 1, or 1, 2, 12. So let's do hydrogen on the inside. Graphene and crystals. Graphene and titanium crystal. I think that was the ones we needed. In yeah, pretty much that's it up. So on the inside we'll do 1. Next one we'll do 2. And on the last one we'll do the third one. That should give us that set up. We'll then place down a few power poles. Here, here, and there with one of these. Oh, we need to move this first before we can do it. With one of these being the output. So let's grab some drones. You can have 10. I think that'll be just fine. And then we are good to go. Let's remember to limit this a small amount. Hydrogen, 500, 200, and 200. How many do we need and how fast is it? 4 seconds? Yeah, I think those will be fine. We'll store a bit. Then we'll see demand. Let's get our production up and running. I think in 4 seconds this one will do 3 trips per grid. So this one should be able to supply everything we need in terms of hydrogen for these ones. And the other one should be able to be handled by these. Let's just see if that is the case. So hydrogen is still being delivered. There we go. It is slowly going in here. Let's see if it can keep up. It can, no issues whatsoever. Maybe the output here will be about... Yeah, we only have enough for 2. So we need to double this one to actually get the belts running fast enough. And there goes our wave function interface technology. Let's dismantle this one. I'm so looking forward to the day we get the fast upgrade one, because that will make it so much easier to do this kind of things. Let's see if that doesn't supply enough for all of these. So that is our crystals. Now that we have crystals, we should be able to make plain filter. Because we do have the titanium glass. We made that at some point earlier. I think it's right up here. So you're almost empty. That's good. We can have that back. So that is quite good. That means the next one down here will be that one. And these are made also in assemblers. So very, very easy to set up. Let's go get some gears. I don't think we have it set up anywhere other than being produced right here. So we can steal some. Oh, we can't. So let's just go to a place and know we have gear. That is all the way back here. Then let's empty out some of all the junk we have. Which actually is quite a lot at the moment. You can go away. All of that. You. Hydrogen go away as well. Anything else we don't need? You. I think that'll be fine for now. We do have a bit too much of that as well. This one's gone. There we are. That should suffice for a little while. So let's go back here. And let's get more things up and running. There we go. So we're looking at our assemblers. Let's just craft a few. You'll also be set up quite easily. You will be set to make plain filters. Going up. One. Oh, was that correct? That wasn't correct. So plain filter. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only need 2 inputs. That is very good. That means we can take, see, 1 on the inside and number 2 out here. That way we always take the high volume ones in the first slot. That will be the titanium glass. And then the crystals will be the lower one. 1, 1. Demand. Let's give you a small amount of drones as always. Just in case we forget it somewhere else. That seems good. 1, 2. And voila. That is another one of the items we need to start making a Dyson Sphere. And I'm guessing as soon as we start to do that, we'll start to tax our base a lot more than we are at the moment. That is at least what I'm quite sure. And you'll output this one store. Maybe 1,000. You supply that to the network. So let's look at why we're not getting any of titanium glass delivered. Because we should have titanium glass right here. Oh, is that all being used or is it not being delivered here? It is on supply. We have 200 in storage, so why are you complaining so much? I know it has no drones, but this should still be able to request them anyway. Oh, we haven't. Never mind. We're missing the crystals. I was like, what is going on? Let's line up the belts again. Right here. And you will pretty much just output you with a maximum of, let's say, for now, let's just say 200 in storage. I don't want to overly fill these. There goes the quantum chip. Wow, we are really moving and grooving at the moment in terms of getting through our science. This is going extremely quick. So glad with our setup. There goes our... Can I remember what they're called? Casimir? Casimir crystal? Huh. Cool. So look at that. That's in storage. That is going to get flown down here. That's going to go in there and output. That's one more process automated. That will slowly but surely produce, giving us room for the next thing. Just gonna check oil for a second to make sure we didn't do something bad by disconnecting it. We're still producing oil, we're consuming a lot more than we're producing, so we need to hook up this little thing again. So let's just take you over here for now. Get this one emptied out first. Supply oil, please. And you can go in here. Let's see if that gets delivered anywhere. Might not be needed yet, but at least then we'll get it into a tower. Looks horrible. Good. So that is fine. Our power is starting to lag a bit. Mostly because we pretty much activated our entire base. So now we're draining from our storage, which we have to keep an eye on as well. But before that, let's go down one more. There we are. And let's hook up this next thing. And that was was that a quantum chip? I think it was. This one doesn't require that many things. It does require this one to be made, but I want the quantum chip first, because that is needed for this one, or actually both are. So let's set up quantum chip. Let's see here. I think that's correct. Quantum chip. That is a rather expensive little thing. Luckily only 2 inputs. And we need the same of each, so it doesn't really matter which one we do it at. So that one and plain filter. That seems good. You'll go right here, and the next one will go right there. Yes. And this is why I love this modular setup. We can just expand out like this and get all the production up and running. It is so good and it's so efficient to do. And the best thing of all is that it's completely modular. And yeah, that is something I very much enjoy having. 200, 200 and 200 for now. We will get it much higher later. But I'm a bit scared that we can't really support it at the moment. Well, I think one way we can solve our power issues is just adding in some more mini fusion. Let's craft 6 more. Then we'll set those up at the area, because I think we have a nice surplus now. Is that correct? While this is building, let's go and check this one. We have 3 here, but then we should have more over here. Oh wait, we are completely full on deuterium. Cool. Very good. And you over here is not full. And you are all working overtime. That's not the best way to expand a paladin. Oh well. That is the way it is right now. Might have added more solar then. Our power is going back the correct way now. That some of it has slowed down a bit. So about this. Let's go back and check you. That seems mighty fine. That'll slowly build up. That will get delivered for when we need it somewhere else. And what that is needed for is nothing down here. But it is needed for production up here and probably for a few other things we need to get done before we can go. Because now we have 2 out of 3 being produced here. We have some of these, we're still missing quite a few. But what is that? That's too much. That's almost done. That means we get the gravitation matrix. Not that it's needed. So we actually need to set up this one, the frame material and the Dyson Sphere components. We need to set up the sails here as well, because we haven't set up solar sails yet. So let's start pretty much setting up that first, the solar sail. We had it earlier, but that was in an older build. Oh, at the old boss. We should probably... Oh, I'm a bit sad that we have to go and dismantle it, but we probably should go and dismantle it sometime in the near future. Especially everything we have working here. Because we have a ton of materials we could actually use for better things. Just stored there at the moment. So 114 produces 2. So it's that one. And was it... Well, that's probably wrong, wasn't it? Ooh, I actually got it right. A 1-1 ratio. Perfect. There we are. Time to make solar sails. Of course, if we don't hook it up to our Dyson Swarm thing, we will be in serious issue. Space warp. Ooh. Warp engines. I'm guessing that's so we can travel to different solar systems. A piece of a neutron star. That's pretty cool. So we'll look at that in just a little bit. Let's go and grab just a few things we need for building. Grab the gears. Just want to go and grab some green circuits, since that is lacking a bit. Let's fly over a little base here. We could in theory just set up a of what's called planetary logistics station at a time and get that to deliver what we need to produce more. And that might actually not be a bad way to do it. Wow, we need to set up this mall. I will probably do that sometime in the near future. Let's go a few more to get the iron. Because this is getting kind of silly at the stage we are at the moment. And I think some of you did comment in this like 10 episodes ago. But I've been so focused on building new things and want to see what they do, that I completely forgot to make them all. If it's even possible to do. That is also quite excited to see if that's actually the case. So you'll be solar sails. We could launch more of these to get the power. It'll last a bit more than 45 seconds now. That's like 1,000. I think that'll be fine for now to get going. So we will 200. Demand. Few drones. Might not be needed, but drones are rather cheap. So don't mind putting in a few here and there. That's good. So let's get you down here. So that's solar cell production back up and running. And now that we have the solar sails, we will be able to get the frame material done and then the Dyson Sphere components afterwards. And then we're about 1 or 2 components of starting to build our Dyson Sphere, which will be a huge accomplishment that I'm looking very much forward to. That should also start to generate power for us when we get to that point, if I am not mistaken. Let's see here, you'll go here. Let's get ready to make this one. I'm guessing 4 won't be enough for our future, since it takes 6 seconds each one. But as a start, I think it's good. So the first one was, let's see, we have it right here. Tubes. Then we'll take the alloy and the titanium, sorry, silicon. 200, 200, 200. And demand. Do you think my little drones? One. And I think you guys understand the principle behind the way we are building right now, because that is that is such a good way to do it now, and we should be able to just do this forever. And if one build can't keep up, we have 2 more upgrades to go to, and one of them is just twice, but then the last one is pretty much 5 times as much as the first one. So I can't complain about that. For these though, we will need to have a port back here. It does have 3 inputs. So maybe we'll have to get rid of you for now. And bury this small amount of oil here. Then we'll take one of you. We'll go to about there. Then we'll see you fit in. Lack of items. Let's just fly this way. We are almost at the point where they're being made. At the start of our old bus, we pretty much connected the whole world now. Look how close we are. That is brilliant. That's a sick view. We have a ton of storage, so we should be able to just take 10 drones. We don't really need any more. So let's see. Here we are. Build a foundation. And what was the next thing? Since we're using these, oh yeah, we also needed one over here. Let's get that set up first before we forget. I actually think we have one further up as well that I might have forgotten to set up. There we are. I'd like for you to expand out with materials. Just stack up. Is 1,000 a lot? We'll find out. I don't think it's that much, but it might be. We'll see when at least we will use a ton of resources getting everything, all of this working, that is. Getting things in from an entire base, but that is frame material. So let's have that, then we can actually set up the Dyson Sphere component now. Use a small carrier rocket to transport them to the planned Dyson Sphere to form the nodes and frames of the Dyson Sphere. That means that, yeah, we can almost start to build it. At least the first part. I'm guessing we need millions upon millions of these. Or maybe thousands. We'll see how many we need to get this project off the ground. So, Dyson Sphere component. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 3 inputs as well. You will need 3. Oh, that's very easy to do. Frames, sales, and processing units. One, to you there, the sales. And the last one, processing units to here. And I'm gonna look so much forward to what kind of thing will start to lack when all of this is running. Because right now I don't really know. 8 seconds. I think one from out here should be enough on the first one. We'll just check. If it's every half a second, it's fine. 1 trip every half a second, so that's perfect. No need to upgrade the sources for anything else. And then you'll have to go to another one. Pretty much the same as over here, and should be able to set up quite easy because we know we have to go down onto its too close to another one. Did I misplace this one then? Ooh, I did misplace this one, didn't I? No? That seems correct. Why can't I get this one to fit then? Let's view then. What? Am I completely blind? Oh wait, is it because the curvature of the Earth? That is enough for it to be just a smidge too close? Is it really that simple? Oh well, we'll just move it out a bit further then. If do comment if that is the reason, because that's the only reason I can see why that will be an issue. Which is quite silly, but I can't think of a better reason why. It'll be right here, and you can start there. Oh well, that is something we learned. That is also valuable information. You will output Dyson Sphere components. 1000 seems like a lot. But let's just build whatever we can so we can find all the bottlenecks in our system. then just demand all of you. Ooh. Demand 100. Don't want too much to be stored in these for now. Demand, demand, and demand. There we are. How's the power looking? Oh, that is not good. That is not good at all. Can we increase our throughput on some of these? Because with lower power means that there's lower throughput on these. And you're not producing because this one is not producing. You're not producing because you're lacking this. This one is not producing because you're lacking motors. Motors lacking iron. What? Is the iron production not keeping up anymore? That was one of the last things I thought would be an issue at the moment. Oh, what? We're not getting enough produced. Seriously. We need to hook up iron production. Hopefully have enough, otherwise, can you keep up anymore? What's going on with you down here? Oh, look at that. We are consuming materials at a quite insane rate. So let's go and grab ourselves some iron. Do we have any? I have a small vein up here. That is kind of the one that's just below you. So we might just want to dismantle this part to get the iron in. Otherwise, we'll have to set up some interplanetary thingamajigs. Yeah, there's 2 point something left, but I think some of it is under the bus. Yeah, look, there's one right here. That's half of it. Oh, we have there and there. Okay, we can get these two. That should be fine. Let's go and set that up. We can't have that being a limiting factor. Let's see if we can find it. Here's our main bus, so it should be about here. And let's get all of you hooked up into a planetary logistics station. Let's see, let's see. As soon as all of this is cleared out, we will start to... We should probably do it at the same time though. That is get... let's just get the rest of you hooked up as well. Let's steal a bit more. Like that. Let's take you this way. You can go from here to that one. You can just go like right this way. We just need to get the things flowing. Not quite sure how power will handle this. Probably not too well. Yeah, that's already getting demanded from other places. We don't even need to put anything here. We don't even need to charge this. We'll just let other drones do their thing. With that power, we are not going anywhere in a hurry. There we go. That's at least a bit more of that hooked up. So I'm guessing this is almost done. Of course, it is lacking power and probably also science at the moment. Yeah, we are not producing nearly as fast as we want to. So let's go down here and set this up. This is pretty much the last one I want to set up for now. The iron will slowly start to flow through. I think this is a decent place to stop, because the next episode we will have this one researched, and I have two things I want to do. One, I want to start the Dyson Sphere just to see how it works. And 2, I want to set up a mall just to get things flowing. We also need to get more resources in, but a mall and the Dyson Sphere is probably a good place to start. We might start with getting the Dyson Sphere up and running, but that will be something for the next episode. Oh, we still need to set up this one then. We set up that. Particle collider. Well, easy enough to do. Let's set up these 2 before we end. I think that is a good place to be at. Then we'll just have to live with our power being a bit wonky for a little while. Let's get all of you filled in. So 50 something dirt, earth left. There we are. So let's start with the last 2 components we need. You will be in a particle collider. A particle collider? Oh, is it one of these? Oh, that is somewhat expensive to make. We might not be able to set it up this time. It seems we are lacking quite a few things to get it done. Most of it is going in here for these. So I know I can get some. Let's go back to our old main bus. We should have some storage, hopefully. That's not being used yet. Let's see, where are you at? This way? Has to be a bit... Oh, there we are. Look at that. Thank God we saved some of those right here. The frames we can get, the graphene we can get as well from our boss. Might be able to get some of it here just because we are here. Now, let's find it on the bus. I know we have it there. Probably way further back. Right here's what we need. That is not a lot in storage. Can we steal some? 13, 12, 12. We'll steal some. I just want to make one of these just to see how it looks. And a few of you, please. Is that enough for one? That is enough for one. That's probably never going to be in them all, because look how long that takes. Or how many things that takes. That'll take an entire logistics one in. But of course, we'll of course set it up at some point. Anything else would be quite weird. Oh, you are a big boy. So you'll need to be here? Maybe right there. It seems like that will be the correct way to do it. Kind of want to flip it 180. Just for the aesthetics. Goes that way instead. Doesn't that look better? Oh, that way looks better. I am in... let's do it this way instead. There we are. Good, so you require a few things. Huh. Why can we also make deuterium one of these, but earlier we made it in a fractionator. Oh well. Strange matter. That is what really matters. And let's just check our iron. We are now producing more than we are consuming. That seems to be a good thing. Let's look at the last 10 minutes. The last hour even. Ooh, let's start to go down. Now we're going up again. Good. So let's just do one of you for now. You'll produce one every 8 seconds. That is extremely slow. Was it deuterium? Yes. Deuterium in the inside. And the other two on the outside. Quite the same. So iron and particle container. There we go. Go there for now. And you can go to right here. You do take 8 seconds, so this should be fine in terms of throughput. There we are. Then we'll have one output on the backside going to another one of these. That's probably gonna be a bit annoyed with where we place it yet again. Unless we can do it down here now. That seems to be the case. So what if we do... Let's see. Right there. Won't be able to fit in one more, but we'll fix that in a little bit. So, strange matter. Just make 100 of you. And you'll supply with a few drones. You'll output out the backside. And you'll request everything we need. And demand and demand. So now everything's flowing. We'll just have to wait for it to actually catch up our little setup. So setting up the last thing we need before we have to craft the rockets, which we'll do in the next episode. Let's see here. You just take in... Looks kind of cool. Should make it out of science, out of this one. But that doesn't require too much. That should take no more than a few seconds to set up. You. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 in. One of them needs 4. So we'll do... Is it you need diamonds? Or are you hiding the diamonds? Am I blind? I am blind, I can't see it. Oh, there we are. And the last thing I needed was just the strange matter. Good. So let's get you hooked up all the way to the end. Same with strange matter, all the way to the end. You can stop there. No way we can support this many, but for the future and future-proofing a bit, we'll keep it like this. Outputs in this one, just store. Let's do 100 for now. 100 and 100. Demand, demand, and you'll just supply. That seems good. Here's some power down this way. So now that the science has ended, we have gotten all the way to vertical launch silo. We have all the things being made to craft them. I think it's about time that, for one, we look towards this one in a bit. But two, and most importantly, we do need to look at our power. Because that is an issue. So, in between episodes, I might set up a bit of solar panels at the North Pole. Just to stabilize this, and then we will start to look at more power generation in the next episode, where we hopefully will set up the first parts of the Dyson Sphere and see how that works. Stress system. 15. More and more complicated and will become more difficult to maintain the balance of the stress system. Okay, that's gonna be fun to look at. So I'll end the episode here on an extremely high note. We got a ton done. We have most of the things being made for our system. Our production line just can't keep up at the moment. But that's a complete throughput issue, and that we can easily solve just by importing resources from a different world. So with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. This has been almost an hour-long episode, but I thought there was so much we had to get done, so hopefully you'll leave a like and subscribe. And with that, I will see you next episode. Bye guys.